Are we live? Yes. Hi everyone, it's Mike from Educircles. This is behind the scenes live stream number 5. Look at what I'm doing here at Educircles, broadcasting to you live right now from Ottawa in Canada. And today we're going to find out who is the winner of my Did I Cheat contest. Let's do this. Here we go. First off, I want to start by wishing everyone in Canada a happy Canada Day if you celebrate. Thank you to all the first responders, to the frontline staff, to people who serve, to people who help make Canada great. This year, 2021, is a little bit unusual in the sense that people are wondering whether or not we should cancel Canada Day celebrations. And that's because of some recent news events that has been happening at Kamloops Indian Residential School. Some things were discovered, which is really calling into question, what do we do? There's no pride in genocide. And so this is a dark chapter in Canadian history. I need to learn more. In the 1920s, Native children aged 4 to 15 years were forcibly taken and prohibited from seeing their families, practicing their languages, cultures, and traditions. Children attending residential schools experienced extreme isolation and segregation. I need to learn more about this issue. I need to go out and find stories and listen to the stories and from survivors. When I first think about this, though, I have a daughter, and if she was taken from me and brought to a government school and wasn't allowed to contact her family, and then at the end, if she never came back home and I wasn't told about it, that's not okay. So Jessica O'Neill wrote a Facebook post, and I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. She's Canadian, she's a historian, and she talks about this issue, about whether or not we should cancel Canada Day in the sense of providing some facts around this residential schools. And she asks us to consider skipping Canada Day. And I know a lot of you are not in Canada. You're in the States or you're in other parts of the world, and you're wondering, what does this have to do with you? And this is an example of real-world critical thinking. It's about using criteria to make an informed decision and trying to keep an open mind about the issue, even though it might be controversial, with strong opinions and emotions on both sides. And chances are, in your country, there's probably a dark chapter, or maybe there's a group of people who are underrepresented or poorly treated, or the issue is controversial. And it's around this that we need to practice real-world critical thinking. O'Neill suggests that we insist on systemic change and looking at the system, whether we're talking about the government system or the education system or the healthcare system or the judicial system. Are some groups of people treated better than others? Or are some groups of people invisible or treated poorly? She talks about donating to survivors, and certainly there are lots of organizations that do work to help families and survivors of the residential school system. But it's also about donating to organizations that are working for change, who are trying to educate and raise awareness about this issue, who are trying to change the system either through legal battles or other things. And these things take money. And she talks about advocating, and this is specific to Canada, but the Truth and Reconciliation Commission came up with 94 calls to action, which has largely been described as lip service. And so what we can do as Canadians this Canada Day is to think about advocating for these 94 calls to action to make things right. All right, let's get back to critical thinking on a different level, and we're going to talk about this Did I Cheat contest that I ran. On one side, we have some grade 8 students from Sierra Vista in Arizona in the United States, and on the other side, we have some grade 9 students from Ceredigion, Cymru in the United Kingdom. And one of the things that I want to talk about is I have purchased $500 in TpT gift cards. The grand prize today is a $100 gift card. The second place prize, we have two prizes of $50 TpT gift cards. I have purchased 8 $25 Teachers Pay Teachers gift cards and 10 $10 TpT gift cards to give away. However, there were only 2 valid entries received in this contest, so today I will be giving either a $100 gift card or a $50 gift card to either Nadia or Emily who have entered this contest. Thank you both so much for entering. I really appreciate that you took the time to do so. All right, one response was invalid. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. And I want to talk about how today the winner will be determined by random draw. Now, having said that, there were some excellent responses in the 2 entries that I received. One of the questions was create a way to cheat in this online draw without people finding out. And the grade 8 students from Nadia's class, they said, you know what, find other reasons to invalidate and reject responses. And that's brilliant. I didn't do that, but that is brilliant. And then Emily's grade 9 students, they suggested, you know what, you have a winning pool of entries, but you could fill it up with fake entries that I submit so that when those fake entries win, I'm just giving the money back to myself. Also brilliant. I didn't do that. I didn't cheat, but that is brilliant. I do want to take a moment to look at that one invalid response. And so if I look up at the Google Sheet here, I'm going to close some of those practice slides here. All right. If I look at the Google Sheet here, you can see that I have received 3 entries. I'll just scroll down so you can see a little bit more there. 3 valid entries, or 3 entries, sorry. And the first entry, I'm going to talk about why it's invalid. I'm just going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. There we go, from Happy. Here we go. All right, so the question 2 in the slide was to create a way to cheat without people finding out. I'm just going to go to that slideshow lesson. It was posted for free. It was a free lesson. Here we go. And basically, the lesson got students to watch a previous online draw that I did. And then to think more critically, I gave 3 strategies. One is using criteria. The other one is being full-minded and trying to find out lots of information about the issue. And finally, being open-minded where you consider equally both sides of the story. And to help with finding out criteria, we used the definition of cheating. And then we looked at this definition to break it apart to come up with criteria to figure out whether or not I cheated. And then we watched the video again to figure out, did I cheat based on that criteria? I also gave some more information to help students be more full-minded about buying the gift cards. And then finally, asking students to be open-minded, which means thinking about how the opposite point of view might be equally valid as your point of view. And that's important if we think back to the critical thinking question at the beginning of this show, which was, in Canada, should we cancel Canada Day celebrations? And so whatever the controversial issue that you're thinking about, there are always 2 sides to the story that people feel passionately about. And being open-minded is about wondering how the opposite answer might be equally valid or more valid than your personal opinion. All right. So slide 11 is this one here, and talks about creating a way to cheat in this online giveaway without people finding out. And the entry that this person gave us was, the students decided that we would try to get it and work how hard we can so that we could get more work for free because we love Teachers Pay Teachers and they help me so much. And that might be true, but it doesn't talk about how to cheat in this online giveaway. So I did reach out to this teacher and email them for more information about their full name and where they taught. And we went back and forth a few times, but by the 3rd email that I sent them, they weren't able to tell me what school they taught at, or to give me a website address so that I could confirm this. And so this is an invalid entry, and we are left with 2 valid entries for this contest, for the draw. So I'm just going to, there we go, I'm going to copy their first names. And then I'm going to go to random.org, which is where I do my random draws. I'm going to click on their multi-round giveaway service. I'm going to start a new giveaway. I'm going to paste the 2 entries. I'm going to copy the title of this. All right. And I will call it June 2021. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to move my camera up here to the side so you can see this button. All right. So I'm going to ask random.org to figure out how many rounds we're going to do. and we are going to play this game 10 rounds. Whew. All right, so what this means is I'm going to begin the giveaway, and random.org is going to shuffle the order of all 2 names, and whoever's at the top of that list on the 10th round, they just won a $100 TpT gift card. The other person won a $50 TpT gift card, and you can spend the money, teachers, on whatever you want from the TpT marketplace. It does not have to be from my store. Get the resources you need. All right, so let's click begin the giveaway. Let's do this. Okay, so at the end of round 1, Emily, if I was only doing 1 round, you would have won the grand prize, but I am going to do it 10 rounds. So here we go. On round 2, Nadia, you would have won. Round 3, it would have been Emily. Round 4 would have been Nadia again. Round 5 would have been Nadia. Now, I'm going through a bunch of rounds. I'm not keeping tallies of the scores. Does that make a difference? I don't know, you decide. All right, at the top of round 6, we have Emily, you would have won. Round 7 would have been Emily. Round 8 would have been Emily. Wait, is that possible to get the same name over and over again? Is this really random? At the top of round 9, Nadia, you would have won. All right, this is the 10th round. Whoever wins in this final round, whoever's name is at the top, you just won a $100 TpT gift card. The other person won the second place prize of $50. Here we go. And the winner of the Did I Cheat Challenge, the June edition, here we go. The winner is Emily. You just won a $100 gift card for Teachers Pay Teachers. Nadia, you won a $50 gift card. I will send out emails with those gift codes right away. And what I want to talk about right now is, is teachers who are just joining the show right now. I'm going to run this contest again next school year. I'm just going to move my picture back here to the bottom. All right. And what this means is you'll have a chance to participate. And I want you to know that somewhere in this live video, I am lying. And the question is, can your students figure out what the lie is? Wait, maybe I'm lying about lying. Maybe, I don't know. Your students have to figure this out. I'm lying somewhere in this video. The contest will run again in September and October, most likely. I will post more on my Educircles website and in the links below. But I want to leave on this note. Just because you see something done in a live video doesn't mean it really happened that way. And here's an example of that. All right, so where's my mouse? Hello, mouse. There we go. I'm going to go to random.org. And the thing about my computer is I control my computer completely. And I can go to a website and change someone else's website on my computer and say something like dogs are better than cats, exclamation point, and then proper punctuation makes things seem more legit. So I'll say true story. All right, there we go. And then I will close this developer mode window, and here we go. Now, we know images can be photoshopped, and if I just show this image, we would say, you know what, someone just went and changed the image. But all of a sudden, if I do this in a live video and I move it up and down as part of the website, right? Dogs are better than cats, true story. That seems legit, even though it's not. So the last thing to think about is just because you see something in a live video doesn't mean it actually happened that way. Your student's job is to figure out whether or not I cheated and where the lie might be. All right. Oh, and by the way, yes, Nadia and Emily, if you win today, which you did, yes, you can still enter next round. I'll post more information about that in the contest description and in the video links. All right. So let's wrap things up. If you have any questions about anything in this video or anything that I've done with Educircles or SEOT, please leave a comment below. And teachers, if you like this kind of stuff, if you like critical thinking, if you like thinking about the world, if you like thinking about strategies, growth mindset, if you want to make the world a better place, if this is your jam, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, please share this with allies. I'm trying to connect with more teachers who are like us and hopefully get some more participants in the next round of contests. We'll see you next time. and have a great day. Bye-bye now.